a new video. We're gonna make homemade spaghetti sauce. The best damn spaghetti sauce in the world. Quit buying spaghetti sauce in jars. It's not good. It's actually really easy. It seems daunting because you're like, how do I take tomatoes, this here can of tomatoes, and turn this into delicious sauce? Very easily. All you're gonna need, 2 onions, 1 onion per jar of tomato sauce, a green pepper, if you're so inclined, maybe a head of garlic, maybe 2. I'm an animal, if you're so inclined. Some mushrooms, if you're so inclined. No matter what, if you're inclined or not, you need black pepper. I just assaulted my thing. Red pepper, very important. And one of these is basil, and one of these is oregano. Now, aside from, oh, it's all going bad already. Aside from that, you need salt, sea salt. It's better for you. Use sea salt. This is the important part. I can't see where it's at. Cento tomatoes. It has to be Cento. Whether you get whole tomatoes or you get crushed tomatoes, it must be Cento. They pack them better so they don't have all the dumb additives in them that make it taste like butthole. And of course, if you've seen me cook anything, Knorr chicken tomato bouillon. I don't have it here, but I also have a pound of ground chuck and a ½ pound of Italian sausage. That'll be the meat in the mixture. Oh, and olive oil. Is it that side or that side? I am blind. I think it's, no, I don't know. One of the sides, you need this. I get the, what is it, Bertali? I don't know how to say it. It has a little bit more zest in it. It's not the best olive oil, but it does taste better. Extra virgin, that's the key. We're gonna start by slicing up some onions, getting them peeled. Get these all chopped up beautiful. Now the way I peel these, as you've seen before, if you've watched, I cut them in half. And then I'm gonna peel the skin off each half individually. Boom. Now we have all of our peeled onions and we're gonna chop these up, medium-ish. I am not a good onion chopper. I am a self-described horrible onion chopper. My onions went all cattywampus. Yeah, shucks, gall darn gee whizzy. I'm trying not to swear on these as much. YouTube doesn't like it if you swear. Speaking of YouTube, if you haven't like the video, subscribe. I've never said that. No, I said it once, I think, but it was at the very end. And who was listening then? Subscribe to it. Like it. Maybe leave a comment if you're so inclined. Tell me what color your underwear are. I don't really want to know, but it seems like an interesting to put in the comments. Especially if you're the only one, just one person. I'm wearing purple underwear. That's cool. That's cool. April, how about you calm the fuck down? Frick down. And quit telling everyone what color underwear you're wearing. You loose woman. But well, I'm sorry if there's an April watching this. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. Now you might be thinking, this is a lot of onion. Yes, it is. You need a lot of onion. Onion is flavor. Oh, some just fell on the floor. That's cool. Bowl of onion, putting this aside. The green pepper. You know, I always like to think that I can cut this and just surgically remove the top and then pull it out, but it never really works. But you know what? This is a video of joy. So we're gonna try. Just using a paring knife to cut around the top here. I mean, it looks like I'm a hack surgeon. And then theoretically, we just pulled this out. Oh, that actually worked pretty good. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over to the garbage. I'm gonna turn this upside down and I'm just gonna smack the shit out of it to get all the seeds out. You can cut this any way you want. I'm just gonna quarter it. And then, actually I'm gonna half it. I'm gonna cut these halves into slices. And then slice those up. There's probably a scientifically correct way to cut a green pepper. Don't ask me what it is. We're just slicing these up. Oh, we have lost. You were lost, but you have now been found. That was poetic. I'm a cooking poet. Maybe a couple onions in here. It doesn't matter. It's all going into the same pot. I'm just doing this to organize it. Clean enough-ish, which is how I life my life. Okay, now we have the mushrooms and the garlic and the pepper that's in the garlic bowl. That's cool. It's a disaster here. Small kitchen living. I'm going to get the paper off of these and peel them. Doing the old shake in the jar method. 1, 2, that's 3, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and some stick in the middle? That's not to be trusted. I'll put that in my pocket for later. I would suggest 6 cloves, unless you're an animal like me. I love garlic. If you have a mason jar or an empty jar, you just do this. And then you just shake it. And then you have all your peeled garlic, as you'll see. You know, normally this works really good, like really good. You just boom, boom, bam, beep, beep, boop. It peeled a lot of them, but they're not fully peeled. So I need to go back to my less homoerotic shake weighting. Jump cut el numero dos. I say it's going to be done this time, whether it wants to be or not. There's a nice one. There's a nice one. Oh yeah, they're all beautiful. We're going to chop up these garlics. It has come to my attention that I say we a lot when I'm doing this. It's not because I'm a crazy person with voices in my head this time. It's more because this is an adventure of cooperation and teamwork. I feel like I'm talking to someone. Maybe I am crazy, you know? Let's strike that from the record. I'm just a dude in a kitchen with a cutting board and a knife and Google. It works for me, and it can work for you. You just gotta get the jitters out of the way and actually just do some cooking, you know? It's easy, I promise. It's tedious cutting up all this shit, but there's nothing easier than homemade spaghetti sauce. And it seems like it shouldn't be easy because it tastes so good. It's hard to imagine how you get from delicious spaghetti sauce from tomatoes. Tomatoes are pretty boring on their own. I mean, you know, that's a lot of garlic. This does make a large pot of spaghetti sauce. I'm pretty much doing a double batch. So I could probably get away with even more garlic if I wanted to, but I'll do that off camera so you don't see how crazy I am. Garlic has been moved to the prep station. That's a fancy word for something I just made up. Now, quit sticking to my knife, tablespoon. Mushrooms. These I'm just going to slice along them so we have nice, big, delicious, oh, words are so hard. Delicious chunks of mushroom. We're just doing the old knife rocking method where you keep the tip down and just pick up the butt. Sometimes you gotta pick up the butt. That's why you gotta work out, so you can pick up the butt. Sometimes it's a heavy butt. And if it's a heavy butt, you gotta pick it up. This is a big mommy daddy mushroom right here. This boy has seen some shit. We got all of our mushrooms. We're gonna put these guys back in the mushroom bowl. And just slice these along, just the caps, just making slices, not quartering or halving, just making slices. Oh man, fresh mushrooms smell so good. Next, we're going to fry up some beef. I have my pan on hot. Just about as hot as it goes. And I'll explain that in a moment. What I have here, just over a pound of ground chuck, and under there, some sausage. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna throw this in there. I'm gonna throw my sausage in there. While that browns on that side, I'm gonna put this in the sink and wash my hands. Now the reason we have this on high is because you don't want to steam your beef. This right here, what I'm using, is called a meat smasher. And the whole point of it is to smash your meat. You get it on a really high temp and you just keep smashing. We don't need steamed meat around here. We like flavor, Merca, maximum heat, full power ahead, Scotty. And we're just gonna smash it. If you want it to not burn, you want that good browned meat flavor. The pan has moved. I'm touching it to move it. Welcome to being blind in the kitchen. The sausage and the burger. And just a little bit, I'm gonna put probably a half a teaspoon of sea salt, also known as a pinch, if you have big hands. A 2-finger pinch, just to really bring out the flavors of the beef. The salt's just gonna enhance that with the deliciousness. You also want to drain this, but I'm gonna show you a trick I found on the YouTubes. As long as you have paper towel, you can just let the grease soak into a paper towel, and you'll be all set. And we're good. I'm just going to continue stirring this because I have an electric stove and those take forever to cool off and I don't want anything to scorch in the meantime. Smell that beef all mixed in with the sausage. She's starting to cool down now. That's what I like to see. This is mostly done, so I have this big old piece of paper towel. Whoa! That's when we start a fire, dropping paper towel on the burner. I'm just going to fold this up into a big old chunk of paper towel. About like that. Looks good. I'm gonna grab you could use a spatula, a spoon, a meat thingy. I'm gonna pull the burger away from one side. I'm gonna set this, it is a clean paper towel, calm down. Paper towel in there. And I'm just gonna roll it around in the pan and let it absorb the grease. I'm gonna reach in here and grab the paper towel with the tongs and shake this off. You see that? That is a nasty paper towel full of grease. And this just goes right in the garbage. Bada boom, bada bing. Are you getting 100% of the grease? No. Do you want to? No. Grease is flavor. We're making food. That made a mess. Put that bad boy on the back burner. All right. Oh, I just touched the burner. That was hot. YOLO. Oh, it's so hot. It's so hot. New pan. Whew, that got the adrenaline going. Let's go. We're going to put this bad boy on medium low. And what we're going to do is get a half a cup of olive oil. It's a 1/4 cup per can of tomato, 28-ounce can. We got our olive oil here. The way I do this, I hold my finger over the cup and I pour the olive oil in. Just kidding. That's called the Buddha. If you want to use your olive oil, you have to take off the little madingas. Oh, it ripped in half. I'm going to put that in my pocket and save it for later. Well, you know, no, it didn't rip in half. They changed the bottle. All right, that's cool. But I pulled my finger over the half cup and I pour this in. It can be over a half cup. It's fine. Just pour it till I feel it on my finger and till it overflows. Just make sure you're over your pan around the finger, overflowing a little bit. We dump that in. We have a half a cup of olive oil. This is where all your flavor comes from. Fat is flavor. Olive oil is a relatively healthy fat, and it's going to be that delicious spaghetti sauce flavor that you love. And this is where we dump in all of our chopped veggies. We have the onions, the green peppers, the garlic. Just dump it all in there. We'll mix it up when we're done. The mushrooms. Give this a good mix. And the reason we're doing this is because we want the flavors of the onions, the garlic, the green pepper, and the mushrooms to release into the oil. Oil holds your flavors so much better than water will. Yeah, she's all good and coated. Now into this, we're gonna put a teaspoon of oregano, a teaspoon of basil, a 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of black pepper. 1 teaspoon of oregano or basil. Another teaspoon of oregano or basil, red pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper at this point. This is just really cheap black pepper. Not even a 1/4, it's more like in between an 1/8 and a 1/4. Now this is most of what spaghetti is. After this is all mixed up, and I got the oregano and basil releasing into the oil, the red pepper and that little bit of bite that good spaghetti has, we're going to put the lid on this. We're going to let it sit. Because most of spaghetti is just letting her cook. We're gonna let it sit till these start to release on low with the lid on. Oh man, that smells good. Oh, it makes me cry. It makes me cry. That's what I just said. I got so emotional I couldn't talk. Put the lid on and we're gonna let this bad mommy sit for 10 to 15 minutes until all that gets a little soft. Look at that beauty. We're just gonna give this a little bit of a stir. Oh yeah, she's softening up. Oh, those mushrooms are really getting aromatic. Oh, I'm mixing it up. I smell that oregano and basil. I'm going to give it another 2 minutes. I don't want it to completely lose its integrity, but I do want to give it a good boil in the oil. I guess that'd be a good fry, but it's not really a fry because it's so low, but a good simmer. Dos mas. Almost done. We're at about another minute in there. We need to open up our crushed centos. And what we have here is simmered deliciousness. You can poke it with your finger, feel it's getting soft. Where'd my spoon go? Man, that smells good. Whoo, baby. I get excited when I'm making good food, and it's so good. I feel confident that this is pretty well cooked. If you're not sure, grab something out, put it in your mouth. What do we got here? Piece of pepper? Haha. See? Good thing I did that. Because now I know we need another couple minutes. Magic. That dripped on the stove. That didn't happen. Damn it. Try it out, babe. A dramatic reveal of what's in my pan, even though it's already been seen before. Oh yeah, this is really starting to loosen up now. We're gonna get some tomatoes in here. This could not be easier. Take can of tomato, open it first, and then just dump her in here. I want to put a little bit of water in these to get all of it out, but right now I'm just dumping these in. Not even gonna mix it yet. We will. I promise. Let's get some water in these cans. We have water in here. I just slosh it around. We're not going to get absolutely everything, but we're going to get enough. You know what I mean? Just give it a swirl. Now we give this the old mixer doodle. The old mixer doodle. This part is the best part because you don't really have to do anything. You're going to mix and you're just going to let her simmer on low. It's going to let everything become accustomed to one another. All get associated with one another. Become best friends. At this point, you need to put in some salt. I forgot to put in salt in my vegetables. I just realized that as I was talking. My salt's back here. We're going to grab some salt. I have a measuring spoon around here. Boom. We're just going to do a big old teaspoon of salt. And now we're going to do another teaspoon of oregano and basil. Big heapers. Big old heapers. Sprinkle that on top. Easy way to remember this is just a teaspoon per can of tomatoes. Sprinkle that in there. This is what you associate with the smell and taste of spaghetti sauce. It is oregano and basil. I'm going to do another quarter teaspoon of red pepper flakes now. We're just doubling everything we did earlier. The first bit was just to get that in with the oil so it will release, and the rest of this is just a little bit of boop boop on top. A little bit more black pepper. And mix all this up. Make it delicious. At this point, it just smells like straight up spaghetti. This is just a spaghetti everyone knows and loves, but the flavor. These tomatoes, Cento tomatoes from Italy. I know I'm making a mess when I stir this. Sue me. But this is the flavor that everyone knows and loves for good spaghetti sauce. Good marinara you can make a pizza sauce, calzones. It's all basically the same thing. You just want to use Cento tomatoes from Italy. Crushed are easier. You don't have to break them up as much. The whole ones are also twice as expensive. You're still getting the same quality with crushed. They're just crushed up and they're easier for a good sauce. And look at how much sauce this makes. I mean, that is a big old pan of sauce. If you want to cook this longer, you can just add in some water and some bouillon. I'm going to just add in bouillon without the water. Just adds a little bit more umami to it. 1 tablespoon Knorr chicken tomato bouillon. I had to do this in my hand because sometimes this clumps up. It did not this time. Good. Once we get this mixed up, we're just going to dump in our ground chuck and sausage that was cooked up earlier. Sitting back here, keeping the lid company. And then I'm probably going to let this cook for about 30 minutes on low with the lid on. It'll bubble. It's not going to stick. It's not going to burn as long as you have your heat on low. Because remember, there's a half a cup of olive oil in here. Heart healthy. Take our meat, pick it up right out of the pan, and just dump her in. Oh, that's still in there. Use your hand like a man. We all knew that was coming at this point. A little bit of grease in there. Make it delicious. Not much so. We're going to grab the spoon back out of the bowl, and we're just going to give this a little mix. You got to make this just so you can smell what I'm smelling. If you smell what the spaghetti sauce is cooking, let people's elbow on a bitch. I apologize. I shouldn't have said that. That was very disrespectful to myself and my family. I'm going to poke it. Oh. This is pretty much spaghetti sauce. We're not done yet. We're going to let it cook down. Let it do its thing. And in 30 minutes, I will return. And we'll have a little taste test. Kaboom! That is bubbling good. Oh, did I mention before that you need to make this so you can smell it? It's so much better than that shit you buy in a jar. That fucking smelly shit you buy in a jar. I said I wasn't going to swear as much. That's really hard to do. Oh my God, it smells so good. This has been cooking for 30 minutes. I've been stirring it every 10 just to make sure. Never be too safe. There's no burning, nothing. What I'm going to do now is keep the lid off. I'm going to put this on a true low. Right now it's like in between low and medium. Closer to, yeah, no, it's just right in between. Now we're closer to just low. We're just above low. And we're going to let this cook. Let some of the water cook off of it. And then in about 20 minutes or so, we're just going to let this sit and cool down. And then I will make some pasta. We're 20 minutes later. The sauce is beautifully thickened. We're going to turn this off. We're just going to let her sit now. We're going to give her a little stir and a little mix. Over here, we got water boiling. Almost boiling. It doesn't boil very well in these small burners. In this crappy apartment kitchen, the stove only has one big burner and 3 little ones. And the back little one is not really a burner. It's all cockeyed and wanky. Most important thing when boiling noodles is salt. I feel how much I get out. This is probably, I don't know, 3-4 tablespoons. You need a lot of salt in your water. These are just cheap, beautiful little noodles. I want to make my own noodles, but I haven't made it that far yet. We're going to try and... Look at that. Look at that beautiful noodle pour. Call the Olympics and sign me up for noodle pouring. Well, that's boiling aggressively. That's what we like to see, but it's kind of scary. Listen to it. It's growling. Like it's got beer farts. All right, that's problematic. We're going to turn that down to medium. Nope, nope. Calm down. Stop it. Stop it. Noodles are done. It has been 7 minutes. For those who've seen thick baby boy banana bread, you know, getting stuff from one vessel into another vessel can be a struggle for us blinkers. That is no different. Actually, it's a lot different. And it's a lot worse when dealing with boiling water. I have a strainer that clips into the sink. Well, it doesn't clip, it rests in the sink. And, you know, I just kind of pour it in here and hope and pray. Have I ever put it all in the sink on accident? Maybe. Do we need to talk about that? No. Oh no, it's caught on the faucet. Welcome to real world issues. Please stay there and don't fall. Back at it. We give it a pour and a shake. And it should all be in the strainer. We'll find out when we touch it. Whew, that's a hot pan. Hot water burn baby. It's all in there. It's like magic. We're just going to accordion it in and out a couple times. Give it a shaker doodle. Look at all that beautiful steam. Probably fogging up my lens. That's cool. We'll dump this in the pan. Just a little boop boop. One stray noodle. Beautiful. Now I'm a man. So I have a man-sized bowl. Oh, well, that was sad. With a not man-sized amount of spaghetti. I'm trying to grab with these tongs, which are definitely not spaghetti tongs. This is my food, so I can touch it. All you people saying it out loud, hey, oh my God, he's touching it with his fingers. Yeah. Well, that's not cooperating. Thank you. Oh, man, look at that. Beautiful spaghetti. A little bit more. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is a man-sized bowl. A manly bowl. I got my old straight ladle here. And we're gonna... Look at that. That's what, a cup of sauce? Yeah, that's not enough. We need more sauce. Now you know why I make so much sauce. Oh, yeah. You know what? That's not enough sauce. We need 3 scoops of sauce. America! Oh, yeah. Baby. Kraft Parmesan. Real white trash. I feel like not much came out. We're going to do it the original way. Oh, really? You want to play like that? Fine. I'll open up the big mouth. Big deep throat. Yeah, deep throat that Parmesan. Yeah. Put a fork right in there, and we have a beautiful spaghetti dinner. This was easy. The longest part is just waiting for the damn sauce to cook. It's so good. I'm not going to eat it on the camera. I'm going to go eat it on my own and make sweet, sweet mouth love to this. You want to make it? Recipe in the description. You're supposed to like the video. You're supposed to subscribe to the video. That's an S. An S for subscribe. And ring the little bell. See, I drew a bell in there. It's got the little phallic shape and then the one testicle underneath it. And the little hangle dinger. I'm rambling. I'm so hungry. Smelling this is driving me crazy. I'm going to serve Sarah up some. I'm going to go get this in my mouth.